Greetings, music lovers. My name is Sean, and I am the HiFi Jedi. I want to welcome you to my show today. Happy Record Store Day. Happy 420. Kind of funny how they got those dates kind of jiving, because they really go together well, right? Nothing like puffing on a big old fatty and listening to some new record store finds. Hope everybody got some of the stuff that they were wanting to get today. I really wasn't gonna go out and do it. I'm just too damn old to go out in 40-degree weather and stand there for 9 hours just to get a couple of records. I'm older, and I can afford the scalper's price to get what I want, so I will just do that. And I'm not doing that anymore. But I do want to thank my buddy Pete with Pure Nostalgia. He got the Doors live in Stockholm box set that I was wanting to get, and a big shout out to my buddy Gary Narr, who lives up in the Seattle area, who was out hunting for me for some stuff today too. So appreciate you guys, and hope you all had a great record store day and are doing well. So today we're kind of kicking off a new series, call it my collection series. I have really been downsizing my record collection. I've probably dumped about 600 records in the last, year. One of the reasons why I haven't been on here either, I've been busy just kind of revamping my collecting. You know, as collectors, we buy stuff, and I think we're all like this. We kind of get in the habit of buying stuff just to have it, and or it's like it sparks a memory, like, man, I used to listen to this back in the day, cruising around the Trans Am on cassette, man. So you think that you gotta have it, right? But that's just not the case with me anymore. I just want to have records that I listen to, but also, being the Hi-Fi Jedi, I've really worked my way up into a little bit higher tier of audio equipment, and man, it makes a difference in the pressings way more than it used to. Like since I've got my new system put together about a year and a half ago, it's so amazing, and it's so different. And I'll do a video later on that setup and everything, but it's like when you start getting better equipment, and it's like, say, a record that you've heard 100 times, it's almost like hearing it for the first time, because really good stylus and cartridge and turntable and higher end integrated or something like that with some kick-ass speakers, it just pulls things out of the records that you didn't even know were there, and the way the harmony goes back and forth between the artists and all that stuff. So I've downsized, and I've been getting back into focusing on quality over quantity with my record collection. Today I want to share with you my Kraftwerk collection. Kraftwerk is one of my favorite bands, German band that started back in the late 60s in Dusseldorf, by Ralph and Florian and Klaus and Michael Rother, who later left to go start Neu, which is another one of my favorite bands. And then 71 Wolfgang came in, and I think 73 Carl came in, and then that was the bulk of the four guys who became the infamous Kraftwerk. Very powerful band, a very influential band. These guys really started off the electronic movement and electro pop type music. They made their own instruments, and they used to, they just started out with like a guitar and a drum and a flute even, and then they would take the noise out of it and microphone it and twist it and distort it and electrify it. And they were really some of the pioneers in that field. Is one of the reasons why I really love these guys, and I just want to share my collection with you. So here we go. So we'll start it off with the very first, Kraftwerk 1. This is a 2001 Italian press on orange vinyl. And the companion to go with that, Kraftwerk 2. This is also an Italian press, 2001, on a green vinyl. This is back when they were just messing around with the instruments and doing things and really trying to get their groove on about what they wanted to do. These two pressings sound amazing. That's why I have them. Most of these, you always want the original, right? You want the first press, but hey, I'm a working class stiff, just like most of you guys. I don't have, $300, $400, $500 to spend on a first press record, and a lot of times it's just not worth it. My lifestyle and things that I enjoy, a reissue is just fine. So that's why I've kind of just picked out the pressings, and I bought a lot and sold a lot of these to find the ones that sound the best to me. Moving on, Ralph and Florian. This is probably look at that price sticker. When you like to buy a record for $1 now, shit, you can barely buy an outer for $1 these days. But anyway, this is a really, really good record. This is a 75 U.S. press and probably in my top 5. So this is it. This is the beginning of when they first started to come together and got the 4 of them going and really started to make things happen. Autobahn. Now, this record really wasn't as popular over in Europe as it was in the United States. This really kind of took off more over here than it did over there. And I think really introduced the American culture to the krautrock scene and experimental music and everything. And this is a very important record of theirs. And this one this is the 74 U.S. press, which it's just in awesome shape. And then I also have, this is the 2007 UK press on blue translucent vinyl. And look at that, man. Vertigo is probably my all-time favorite record label. I just love it. I love the way they sound. Their music is just super, super dynamite good. Coming up next, this is in my top 3. I love Radioactivity, or Radioactivity, as 45 RPM would tell you. This is a good record. I would say probably my number 2. And this is a 93 U.S. press. Now, I think this is the big one that got them going in Germany. This is Trans Europe Express, and man, this has just got a lot of really good stuff on it. This is when they were really coming into their groove with, really starting to get their, vocals and everything going, and just making everything just sound so special and so alive and just incredible. The Man Machine. This is my favorite. They were totally at the height of what they were doing when this came out, and just every song on here I can just kick back and enjoy, and definitely my favorite Kraftwerk album. Howdy, boys. Now, the next record, Computer World. This record is so special, in fact, that it just, the way that they did it, making songs about a pocket calculator. You know what I mean? I'll tell you a quick story. We were down in this little town in Kansas, and there was this bar called the Green Chicken, and we went over to these people's house, and I had this on cassette, and we were shrooming a little bit, and went over to listen to that at these people's house, and this chick was just freaking out with her husband. Was like, "God damn it, put some Bob Seger on, cause they're talking about calculators." She was freaking out, man. So I always got a special spot in my heart for that. And I've got 2 copies of this. I've got this is the 81 US press, and this is the promo. This is the gold label promo. They both sound pretty good. Now, this was my introduction to Kraftwerk. This is Electric Cafe, also known as Technopop, but it'll always be Electric Cafe to me. And I've got an 86 US press, and I also have the 86 UK press. This one sounds okay, but the US press actually sounds better than this one. You know, the very first time my buddy Rich put me onto this and I heard Boing Boom Chock, I was hooked. And I listened to that record over and over, and I just love it. Even though it was a little more in a later era where they started getting more poppy and stuff, it really drew me into the band and just, you know, created the love that I have for this amazing group. Now that's all of the studio albums that I have. I'm missing one. I'm missing the Tour de France soundtracks, which you can get a reissue. In fact, they got a German press that's on red and blue vinyl that's supposed to sound pretty good, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet because that's one of my top 3, and I really want that one to be at least a German press or a UK press, something that's going to sound really good. So that's the only studio album that I don't have. So moving on to the compilations. So this is Kraftwerk, and this is on Vertigo. This is a 1972 UK press, and this thing is just super minty. And basically what this record is Kraftwerk 1 and Kraftwerk 2 in one release. This press sounds better to me than some of the originals that I've heard, but not the 2001 Italian. But this is really good. If you want to save some money, just pick this thing up, and because sometimes 1 and 2 are really hard to find, and you can just grab this thing. I think these are going somewhere 70 to 120 bucks, somewhere in there, but well worth it, especially if you can get original Vertigo pressing of that. So then we have Kraftwerk Accelerate, and this is a 1975 UK press. That one's got Autobahn and Bossen Monster, a couple of other ones. In this compilation, this is the Commenton Melody 2. This is a 76 French press, still sealed. I have yet to crack this one open and listen to it. You get so many you can't listen to them all, you know, but I love getting sealed stuff. Sometimes it bites you in the ass. I mean, how many sealed records have you gotten that are warped out? You know, like I bought first press Michael Jackson Thriller that was sealed, and I was so excited to get it, and cracked it open, and the damn thing was warped, you know. So I try to open these up and listen to them as quickly as I can. And I just love being the first one to ever listen to that record, especially when it's, you know, 30, 40, 50 years old. Electrokinetic. This is a 1981 UK press on Orange Vertigo. Kraftwerk 3D. This has got a lot of really awesome songs on it. It is a good compilation. This one is the 2017 UK press. This is not the box set. There's actually like a 9 LP box set that's called 3D as well, but this is just the first double album release. And then probably my favorite compilation of them all, The Mix. The original has got the cool, blue with the robot arm coming out and Florian's head on it. This one is a 2020 German press on white vinyl. If you really want to try to experience Kraftwerk and you're not wanting to spend a bunch of money trying to figure out whether you like them or not, this is the album that I recommend that you buy. This is a great starter album. It's got a lot of their good songs on it, and I highly recommend you pick one of these up if you want to check these guys out. And my last compilation that I have, Kraftwerk Remixes. This is a 3-disc reissue that's got Nonstop, Robotronic, Home Computer, Radioactivity, several Expo remixes, Tour de France, La Forme. This is a good pressing too. It sounds amazing, and I love just putting this on and kicking back. So I hope you guys got what you were wanting today. Kind of leave me a comment and let me know what you guys got today, what you're excited about, or if you didn't, how many of you got out there after waiting in the cold and the record store that you went to only had one copy and Larry got it, So let me know what you guys got. I'm excited to hear. So now we're going to kind of get into the part of my collection that I'm lacking on the most, and that's the 12-inch singles. Kraftwerk put out a ton of 12-inch singles, and I have very few of them. This is the part of my collection that I'm really starting to get into now and go after, because I've got a majority of all the stuff that I'm looking for. And these are hard to find, either jackets are just trash or, the records are just been beat to shit, because they kind of put them in these flimsy covers sometimes. But man, the sound quality on these singles, it's 45 RPM. You know the deal. I don't need to tell you shit about that. But this one is the 1981 German press, Computerwelt, and it's sung in German, so this is really cool. I like that because they have German releases that they did sing in German, and some of them they've done in English, so it's kind of cool to hear them performing in their native tongue. This is another 81. This is Numbers, and this is a Japanese pressing. Got Numbers and Computer World and Computer Love on it, in both languages, so that's cool. Now this is the single from the record that I'm missing, this Tour de France soundtracks, but this has got amazing cuts on it. So I've got this one. This is the 83 US press. And then I also have one that I hadn't even seen before. I was in Chicago dropping off some records, and I went to a record shop up there, and I found this one that basically has it's different than the other one. This one has the cut from Breakin', Breakin' the movie with Turbo and Ozone, The scene where they're working at the convenience store, and Turbo's out there doing his shit, and messing with the broom and all that. This has got that exact cut on it, and that's why I bought it, because I love that. I love that movie. I've probably seen it 10,000 times, and was really cool to get this one to actually have that exact cut that was on the movie. Then we've got Kraftwerk, Music Nonstop. So this is about the 86 era from the Electric Cafe. This one is a 86 UK pressing. And just look at that, man, and all of the artwork and all of the stuff that they put on their records is just astounding, man. I mean, you bust open some of these gatefolds, and it's got just these weird, trippy, pictures of them, and robot heads and shit, and just really, really cool shit, man. Kraftwerk Telephone Call. This is an 87 U.S. press. This is an okay song, but the house phone cut that's on the back of this is different and really cool. Now moving into live performances and bootlegs. There's a lot of Kraftwerk bootlegs out there. Everybody can decide for themselves what they want to do with that, with unofficial releases and stuff. Me personally, I love the live stuff. I want to hear these guys live. In fact, they're going to be in the United States, so you got like a 10-show deal with Disney out in California in May, I think, and a couple other dates here. And I would love to go, but I don't have the PTO for one. And I'm not gonna, spend $1,200-$1,500 on travel. If there were somewhere close that I could drive to, I would definitely go see them. But anyway, on these live ones, this is awesome. This is in Germany, June of '71. This is, this is back when they're, playing their instruments. Just a guitar and drums and a flute, and just playing with the sound, when they first started getting going, and just enjoying playing around with noise. This is March 75 live. This is a pretty recent reissue. You can get these all day long. But this is a spring of '75 radio broadcast. And then here's another version of that same King Biscuit FM radio broadcast. They used to do a lot of broadcast stuff like that, and pretty neat. But just check those guys out, man. They were some damn freakazoids. This is another radio broadcast in 1975 in Nakano, Japan, and this sounds dynamite. This is a new one that you can get right now for pretty cheap. Tribal Gathering Festival 1997. And this is on clear vinyl. This is my favorite live that I have. This thing sounds so good, and you just feel them, man. You get into listening to them, and it just makes you want to do shit. Makes you want to get up, move around, and cook or do whatever. I love that record. Expo 2000. This is a pretty cool. This has just got several cuts of the Expo remixes, and then this is the most recent release, Soyce Live This is a little different. They're kind of pulling apart a little bit. They're kind of changing how they sound. Still good, but not what you would really expect from them. But hey, we're all getting older. Shit changes. Our tastes change, but still quality. I've got a long way to go with this. I've got some of my other bands that I'm going to be doing this collection stuff with. I really appreciate you coming and checking out the channel today and letting me share some of my passion of vinyl and high fidelity music with you on my collection series. So keep checking back. You guys know what to do. I don't tell you. Ding, ding, ding. Just do the shit, man, But anyway, would appreciate it because I'm really trying to get my channel back up and going again. It's just been so long since I've done this, and I really enjoy sharing these things with you, and hope that it's given you a little bit of pleasure and a little bit of education into some bands and music that you may not be familiar with. So until next time, cue it, drop it, and crank it. Peace out.